using finance.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Crypto Bulls Club. I believe we are live now. Just give me 1 second, guys. One small second, okay? Can you guys hear me? Are you guys able to hear me properly?
Can you guys hear me? Are you guys able to hear me properly?
Yes, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Mayank, for the confirmation. So, guys, the last 24 hours have been pretty much sideways movement for Bitcoin, and we have seen Bitcoin, go past the $37,000 mark comfortably. It's up about a 1% in the last 24 hours, and if I would talk about the market cycle, market cap first, then the total market cap is at about 1.74 trillion, down about one half percentage points. Again, Bitcoin is up about 1%, Ethereum down about more than 2.5%, BNB coin up about 2%, Cardano down again, it continues its move to the downside 2.5%. And if I were to talk about the top gainers, then the top gainers of the day includes the likes of Flow, which is up about 6%. Ecomi continues its rise. Ecomi, we had mentioned to you about Ecomi earlier as well, guys. Ecomi continues its rise again. I am very much bullish about Ecomi because of the fact that Disney is coming out with their own metaverse, and the NFTs of the Disney's are available on the Ecomi platform, the VV app that Ecomi has. That is where they are going to basically uh, launch them. And if I were to talk about some of the top losers for the day in the top 100 tokens, then Luna is down about 16.5%, Convex Finance is up down about 14%, Osmosis down about 10%, Atom down about 9%, Near Protocol down about 8.5%. Guys, I am following Luna very, very closely just to give you an update. And Luna are going to come up with their own Luna words very, very shortly. And there is going to be a dedicated video for it as well, right? So if you have joined in, please smash up the like button, guys, so that make some noise for the YouTube algorithm, so that the algorithm actually tells people more and more about these live sessions that we have. Okay, so let's do that, guys. Okay, so if I were to talk about Bitcoin first of all, then Bitcoin is, for the last 24 hours, there has been a lot of selling pressure, buying pressure rather. It came down to the lows of about 36,150. From there we have seen some kind of a move to the upside. Obviously we are going to cover, or we are rather going to examine how the cycles have lengthened over the past market cycles in today's video. But before that, we'll just like to analyze for the day how Bitcoin has been performing, guys. And if you are liking these kind of videos, if you're liking these live sessions, and if you want us to continue these live sessions, please let us know by commenting below or smashing up the like button as well, right? So yeah, today has been basically a bit of sideways, basically a sideways movement, but there was a good buying pressure coming into the Bitcoin price as well. Now there is something important that I would like to show to you. I think I have not showed this to you in the past, and this is again shows you the power of the Fibonacci levels, right? So basically what we are going to do is we are going to draw from right here $69,000, from about $69,000 to about this bottom that we made right here. Okay, uh, right here. Now, what does this signify? Like, look, guys, on the daily time frame, what we are seeing, and this is the six golden pocket of the Fibonacci. If you can see this clearly, and we went straight to the 65% Fibonacci on 26th of January, and we got a rejection. That is not good. Now we have been on a upward moving slope, which is actually nice, but if this pans out to be kind of a wedge similar to this, then again there could be a correction in the Bitcoin price, right, guys? If we see something similar to this, so probably in a day or two we can expect a correction coming in. I was actually, to be honest, on the 28th of January, which is today, I was expecting a big correction. That has not happened yet, so I am keeping a close eye on the market as of now. But this is again kind of a rising wedge, as well as kind of a bear flag as well, right? And I mentioned to you earlier as well that the target of this bear flag was coming down to about 28 or $30,000, right? Depending on when we break out. So that is something that we wanted to discuss. And for guys who are joining in now, we will discuss at the market cycles as well. We will take your questions as well, and what we can expect is basically a little bit of a daily analysis, like the RSI and the moving averages. So the RSI is up again. It was down at the below 20 earlier. Right now it's at 32, which is a good zone again. But yeah, there is still a lot of way to go. First of all, as I've discussed, it needs to make a higher low, then we can think of going to the upside. So this is the daily update. Now, the agenda for today's discussion is going to be around the lengthening cycles theory, right? There has been a lot of rumors going around, a lot of news going around the market that the cycles are lengthening. But if you have been following our channel closely, we were one of the few YouTube communities or few crypto communities wherein we discussed about the lengthening cycles. I think back in April or May, right? I highly doubted that we are gonna top out in November, December. To be honest with you guys, right? So let's move on. Let's go to the monthly chart first, and let's see what the theory that we are gonna analyze today is. Basically, let me go to the weekly rather than the monthly, right? This will be better, I guess. Yes. So we have the data right from 2011. This is the Bitcoin index, as I always use. You guys can so we guys can expect Bitcoin price, so right from 2010 onwards, right? If you can see this, it has the prices back from 2010. So this is a good, if you are doing some macro level analysis, then I recommend you guys, you can use this chart, right? Now let's try to understand basically, what exactly do we mean by lengthening cycles. So first of all, let me explain to you. Lengthening cycles means that basically how you measure a cycle is the first idea, right? Now you can measure the cycle from bottom to the top. That is the most widely used concept. You can also use it from one halving to the another one. That is also possible. And you can also measure it from the top to the bottom. So that is also possible as well. In today's video, we are going to measure the bottom to the top approach. If you would like me to analyze the halving approach and the top to bottom approach, then also you can let me know by commenting below, and I'll soon prepare a video on that as well. Right, guys? So very quickly, let us understand about uh, let us analyze about the first, basically how much time did it take for the first cycle, right? First cycle was back here, and we are will analyze both the uptrends and the date. Let's first analyze, from the date onwards. So this low was approximately 0.01. So we are at 0.01 approximately, right, guys? Just 1 second. Okay. So we are at 0.01 approximately, and let me draw this from here to the top that we made in August, I think June in 2011, and this took us approximately, guys, it took us approximately 259 days, right? That is something that we can understand from here. Then when was the bottom? The bottom was back here again in, let's widen this a little bit so that you are able to see this very very clearly. And I see there are questions coming out about the weekly, and I will cover them in the later part during the Q&A session. So keep your questions coming, guys. Okay, keep your questions coming. And okay, let's see now. So this is $1.99, this was $2.04. So the next bottom was on 14th of November 2011, when Bitcoin reached $1.99, right? $1.99, and from there Bitcoin went all the way to about $1,240, right? I am analyzing this one as, okay, let's take this. This took about 735 days, right, guys? So how much increase was it? How much was it? So this was approximately, guys, if we just do a small calculation, 735, and this was 245, about 490 days more, right? 490 days, about, that comes to approximately uh, about 16 months, right? So this cycle from November of 2011 till March of 2000 or November of 2013, this cycle was longer than this one by 16 months, right? Let's take it down, let's note them. 16 months, right? 16 months. If you guys, I'm sorry about the handwriting, guys. So 16 months, right? Now let's try to analyze this one. When was the bottom for this one? This market cycle? The bottom for this market cycle came in actually 162, and this was 166. So the bottom actually came in August of 2015, right, guys? So August of 2015, we are going to analyze this, and we're gonna take it till December 2017. Everyone knows about it, right, guys? So December 2017. And how much was this? This was 847 days. So basically 735 minus, basically what you can do is 847 minus 735. This is about 112 days. That comes to close to about 4 months, right? This was about 4 months. This was longer than 4 months, this cycle, than the preceding one, right? Now, let's take a look on current market cycle, right? Current market cycle, how long has it been? So if we just analyze from the bottom, which was in December 2018, and if we assume, guys, that basically 69K was the top, then how much time did we take? It took us about 1057 days, right? Approximately 1057 days. So, and this was how much lengthier than the previous one already? 1075, 47. So this is about 7 months already into the picture. So we have been talking about lengthening cycles, my friends. This cycle has already lengthened. If 69K is the top, this cycle has already lengthened that much, and it could very well be the case that 69K was the top. It could very well happen, right? Now this cycle was lengthier than this one by 16 months. The mid one, the 2013 to 2017 market cycle, this was lengthier than the previous one by 4 months, and this has already lengthened from the previous one by 7 months. Now another important aspect to look into is basically the returns that one got, right, from the bottom. Now virtually no one would have got this kind of a return, right, guys? Virtually impossible to get these kind of returns, right? They're like basically, you know, no one would have bought right at the bottom and sold at the top. It's virtually impossible for anyone to do that, right? So, but let's assume if anyone would have done that, then the first market cycle, right, in 2011, it gave us returns of about, how much was it? 330,000%, right? Look at this percentage from the bottom to the top. It was 330,000%. The next one was about 61,000% returns. The next one, so this one was the 2013 market cycle. This one was the 2015 to 2017 market cycle. It has given us approximately about 12,200% returns. And so far, this market cycle, if 69K was the top, we believe that, I personally believe it could be the top. It could have been the top. If I have to, look at the technicals, possibly it could be the top. If we get rejected at the 50 week, then I would be sure that, basically this was the top, right? So what we can understand right here is that we got about 2100% approximately, right? 2100% return. So the diminishing returns, the returns are getting lower and lower for each market cycle, and the time taken is getting higher and higher, right, guys? So this is something that we wanted to discuss. And there is a possibility that this 69K could very well have been the market cycle top, right? There have been, I will come to Ethereum as well, and in Ethereum we see a very conclusive pattern which tells us that, the top that Ethereum made of about $5,000 was the top for this market cycle. I'll come to that part as well. But this tells us clearly that, people are talking about lengthening cycles. The cycle has to lengthen. So my friends, the cycle has lengthened already, right? The cycle has lengthened. The returns have diminished. Whether we will be entering into a long cold bear market, I don't think so. I feel we will be moving around in this range. It will not be a clear cut, as time passes, the differentiators between a bear market and the bull market will be very, very less. Okay, please try to understand that, right? So, and if you can take the example of any stock market, right? So you cannot say that, okay, in 4 year time, it's going to be the bear market, right, or the bull market, right? You cannot say that. Similarly for crypto as well. Again, first of all, look at this. We first topped out when we first topped out in 2011, right? When did we next top out? 2013. So that was 2 years. That wasn't 4 years, right? The 4 year cycle has only come into the concept since the last couple of market cycles. Prior to that, there wasn't any 4 years. Rather, this has actually been increasing, as we have seen here, right? So, whether Bitcoin halving would mark the beginning of a bull market or not, probably in the next market cycle we will, but slowly going into the next decade, this will continuously come down, right? And it cannot be this easy, to be very honest with you guys. Okay, to be very honest with you, this cannot be so much easy that, okay, I understand that people basically, uh, right, we cannot, it cannot be that easy that people can just come in and, okay, the Bitcoin halving is scheduled now, let's say the next halving is scheduled in 2024, somewhere in March, April, or May, right? So it cannot be this easy for people to make money. That does not happen, right? Okay, now what I want to analyze again is basically how long was the from the top to the bottom, how much time did it take, right? So we have these drawings right here. What we are going to do is we are going to take another chart. Let me open another chart right here, and we are going to take a look at basically, how Bitcoin has performed in the bear markets, right? How long were the bear markets, right? And the bear markets, again, we'll do the analysis from the top, to the bottom, right? If that makes things easier for you, I would be happy to do that. Let me quickly type in about the Bitcoin index. So guys, if you want to search on trading view, you can just search Bitcoin index and it will be available to you as well, right guys? So we have the Bitcoin index right here, and let us pull out the chart. Guys, I see there are about 9 or 10 people watching. Can we get the likes to about 10 minimum, guys? Can you smash up the like button right away? If you like this analysis, if you like this analysis, smash up the like button, guys. I would really appreciate that. Okay. Now let's go to the from the top to the bottom. How much time did it take, right? And from the let's assume for the first one it took us uh, about 147 days, about 5 months, right? And we are going to take it down here as well. Let's say from here to the bottom. Here it took us about 616 days, a little more than a year, right guys? Little more than a year. And if we just quickly take it here as well, how much more time did it take here? It took 616. We'll just doing using some calculator, guys, and we just quickly divide. This took about 15 months more than the previous one. Okay, 15 months. 15 months. So this was 15 months longer than this one. And if I have to talk about 2017, it took us about basically about 350 days, a little less than. So this was actually lesser than the previous one, right? So this was actually uh, a year less than, absolutely right. It was actually a year less than the previous one. So there we cannot find any similarity whatsoever, right? So basically if I have to divide this was about 9 months, right? So this was actually minus 6 months. Okay, minus 6 months. So this was actually shorter than that one, than the previous one. Till now, we are yet to find the bottom. But what could be the bottom for guys? So what could be the bottom basically? Again, to understand, the bottom could very well be the 200 week, right? If we just get the 200 week, if we just hide the drawings for 1 second and just get the moving average ribbon, you can clearly see. You will just have the 200 week. Okay, here you can see this, right? 200 week each and every time. Pardon me. Okay, each and every time, guys, if you zoom into this, each and every time you have bought Bitcoin at the 200 week. Yes, there were times when we went below the 200 week as well, right? If you would have bought then, it would have been fantastic, spectacular. You would have done amazingly well, right? But uh, you know, even if you have bought at the 200 week at this point of time, let's say the 200 week was at $230 and Bitcoin went to about $160. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, because from 260 it went all the way up to about $20,000, right? And this was in a very, very short period of time. So that is also very, very much possible, right? And one other thing that I would like to showcase to you guys right now is the relation of the 50 week and the 200 week, right? And how Bitcoin has been actually trading with the 50 week, right? This is the 50 week that we have over here. I showed this in earlier videos as well, guys, right? And but someone just brought, I just saw someone just comment here. I think it was someone by the name of Trading View, and yes. So basically, here also, I think we have seen this earlier. Like for example, we got rejected at the 50 week. We went up to the, basically we broke the 50 week. We were tested the tested the 200 week, we went up to the 50 week once more. Again we got rejected, again we came down to the 200 week. That is the reason why I tested the 200 week for a long period of time between 2015 and 2016, right? If we go left, if we go for the right, rather, let us, we are coming from the left to the right now. So in 2000 and when was this was 2017. Again, what happened, we came down. If you guys can see this clearly, if you guys can see this, do let me know by commenting below, guys. Quickly let me know by commenting below, right? This is extremely important thing that I am I thought of sharing with you guys. Again, so here what happened, we broke below the 50 week, we went up to the 50 week once more, and we got rejected. As you can see, we got rejected, and then we tested the 200 week once more. Okay, we tested the 200 week once more, we went up again, came down, fell below. This was a black swan event, but here we are not talking about fundamentals, we're talking about the technicals. We broke below the 50 week, means what? We came down to the 200 week one more time, right? And why I say that, it depends on the 50 week, whether we are in a bear market, whether we will be in a bear market, or whether we will continue to ride up. What is the reason I say so? The reason is this, my friends. When we broke up, if we treat this as a support, then we are gonna take the biggest leap, my friends. Okay, that is gonna be the biggest leap for the Bitcoin price. But if we see a pullback, if we get rejected by the 50 week, then I think the 200 week is a possibility, and that is the time we are going to basically sell off, right? And someone just mentioned that we broke the 200 week so closely for twice. Here we did break it, but then again we broke above it very quickly as well the next week itself, right? As you can see right here, right? So last time we broke below the 50 week was back in 2020. It's almost close to 2 years now, right, guys? So this is a possibility according to me. Now the Bitcoin price is actually nearing the 100 week as well. Let's see in the past how the 100 week has reacted, right? Let's see that. The blue line right here is the 100 week. Let's go back further and let's see how the 100 week has performed. Okay, here we have the 100 week right from here. So we first tested the 100 week. After breaking below the 50 week, we were not able to hold it as a support. So this time it was a failure, right? So if I just get all these drawings and I'll just remove this. So this time it was a failure. This was a failure. This was a failure, right? We were not able to hold this. Next time, when did we test? Next time we tested the 100 week while coming down, while not going up. Because while going up, if we were testing we tested the 200 week, we went up, we bounced off it, and then basically we went all the way to about $20,000, right? But the next time when we were coming down from the 50 week, breaking the 50 week, the next time we hold the 100 week right here? We were not able to hold it, guys, right? Two instances already. This time around, we are very close to the 100 week. The 100 week currently is at $31,650, right? If I have to do a quick measurement tell us we are about 15%, approximately, give and take, right? 50%. So basically 15% drop can happen in Bitcoin any one day, right? Forget a week, right? It is absolutely possible that we can break below this 100 week and we can go down as well. So 100 week does not hold much of a relevance. That's what history tells us, right? So the 100 week we can ignore. The next and very important thing is the 50 week, is the 20 week rather, right? Now, there is another thing that is coming up very, very soon, and that is basically the crossing of the 20 week below the 50 week, right? How has Bitcoin reacted to that in the past? Let's take a quick look on that. Okay. How many times did the 20 week cross below the 50 week? Let's take a look on that as well. Here, it crossed below and Bitcoin went down, right? How much percent? Let's take a quick measurement from this. It dumped about 64%, right? Then again, we crossed right here, the 20 week. How much percent it dumped? About 67, 70%, right? About 67, 70%, 69, 70%. Going further to the left, when did we cross again? In the bear market. So people are asking me whether we are in a bear market or a bull market. All these things that we are discussing today are indicating that we are in a bear market, right? So we plummet down once more in 2017. How much was this? About 60% from the pullback, right? From this one, from the crossing point. Again, when did we cross? We crossed here. How much was the pullback? The pullback was again close to 55, 60%, right? About 55%, you can say, right? Now, earlier in the market cycle in 2021, in September, they came very, very close to crossing, right? They came extremely close to crossing, but somehow we were able to bounce off, and it actually took a move to the upside. Now again, we are actually looking at in a few weeks time that they might actually cross. If they cross, right, and let's assume that we are about the same price, right, and if we correct by about 60%, where will that put us, guys? That will put Bitcoin at $14,000, $14,700, which will be below the 200 week, right? If previous time, if we have to say, if we correct by 50%, around the 200 week, right? Around the 200 week, which I think is a possibility, my friends. Okay, which is a possibility. So, to be honest, looking at the charts, just purely looking at the charts, it tells us that things are not too bright at this point of time. But this is Bitcoin, and it does not take much of a time to turn things around, right? Things will not take too much time to turn things, but yeah, we would need some amazing fundamental news, to be honest with you guys. We will need some amazing fundamental news. By the way, this Gaussian channel has also been proven to be a great thing, right? The Gaussian channel support is coming in current at about $30,600. Each time we are below the Gaussian channel, it's an oversold territory. If you are able to buy anywhere near close to here, you will actually do good in the long term here as well, right, guys? So yeah, and this is a clear double top, right? It's clear double top pattern, and if it breaks to the downside, it will go to crazy lows. I don't want to tell you the guys the numbers, because it's absolutely crazy. That's I don't think that's possible, Bitcoin going to those lows, because if we break from here, if we do a quick measurement, and if let's assume this is the uh, you know timeline, we will go crazy lows. That's not happening, guys. Okay. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, we will take it. I see quite a few people have commented. Guys, can we get the likes up? Can we please get the likes up, please? It will help YouTube to basically it will tell YouTube that basically this content is making sense to you guys, and this is something that you appreciate, right? So let us take a few questions. Again, 200 week coming sooner than later. I think 200 week we are not going to dump straight down. The 200 week is currently at I think $19,000 approximately. Yeah, $19,400. I don't think so. We are gonna get a straight dump like this. Like for example, a dump that means a dump of approximately 50%. Not this way, right? Trading view. So he is asking that can we if 69K was the top, can we expect a 80% correction? If history is any indication, history tells us that Bitcoin tends to correct about 85%, right? From the top to the bottom, from the top to the bottom, right? And let's say for 2013, if you just measure this was about 86%, 80, 86, 85, 86%. This was again about 86, 84, 85%, approximately 85%. If Bitcoin is to correct by 85% with the 69K top, then the 85% will put Bitcoin at $10,000, guys. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I think a 75% correction is definitely on the cards. Is definitely on the cards. Right? That is absolutely possible. Right, guys? Okay. Guys, any other questions? We have a few observations. Om Prakash is saying he believes that 69K was the top. Well, the way things are looking right now, it could be the top. Never know. But what I believe is we will test the 50-week once more, right? And that would be very, very critical, and that would be the turning point for the market. Trust me, right? If we are able to break above the 50-week, treat it as a support, and then take a nice rally, then who knows? Who knows? $100,000 could be in 2022, right? Any other question, guys? Uh, Someone is asking. TradingView was asking, can we sell at 37K? Well, it's up to you, my friend. I am not selling any of my Bitcoin. TradingView, yes, I 100% agree with you that BTC always does the unexpected. 100%. Every time it has done, it will continue to do so. It will catch us by surprise, right? Crypto World has a question. What's my Bitcoin prediction in 3 to 5 years? If I were to talk about, let's say, the next market cycle, I see Bitcoin could easily go if $70,000 was the top, right? If $70,000 was the top, then like the 69K was the top, then we can expect, I personally expect that it could very well go to around 300,000, somewhere around 300,000 to $400,000, right? That is something that I expect. If we are going to $200,000 this market cycle, then $500,000, that is $500,000, is a possibility, right? Any other question, guys? Any other questions, or we are good for now? Yeah, so basically, crypto world, if you mean by that Bitcoin is going to zero, Bitcoin is going to die, mind you, whenever these kind of newses comes out, that is the best time to buy, my friend. That is the best time to buy, right? I am not buying anything as of now. I thought that today would be a red day. By the way, I just wanted to cover this unrealized profit and loss chart. Currently we are in this optimism basically zone right here, right? Whenever you can see right here is that whenever we had topped out, we had entered into this euphoria stage in 2017. We did not enter it officially, but possibly we were very close to it. We just might have slightly touched it. Let me see, let us zoom in. Did we enter? No, we did not, right? So this time around also we were near that stage, but we did not make it to that stage. And history tells us if you are buying at these zones, these are good zones, my friends. These are good zones. But yeah, the most basically the zone that you should actually be looking to buy if you're doing amazing is the capitulation zone right here. The capitulation zone is currently coming in. I'm not too sure. This is, yeah, this is the capitulation zone. We still have quite a few. No. long yards to go for that, right? Again, 300K for the next market cycle. Um, I think could be on the cards. Could be 200, 250, 300 could be on the cards. Right? I agree with you that it would be like a 5x returns, little more than, let's assume the 60K was the top, then a 5x return for the next market cycle. I don't think so. 5x is on the cards, to be honest, right? Right, crypto world, anything on NFTs, we'll have a separate discussion on that. Follow our channel closely for NFTs. We are so personally, I'm facing a tough time, guys, from the health perspective. That's why I'm not able to do those videos regularly, but as committed, I'll keep coming these live sessions and share the analysis with you guys. If you appreciate these things, then yeah, smash up the like button. That's all we want from you. Just smash up the like button and let this reach more and more people. Let this reach more and more folks, right, guys? And very quickly, if I were to talk about the Bitcoin exchange balance, this is also something that we'll do on a regular basis, guys. We'll cover on a regular basis is the Bitcoin exchange balance. And so basically, the last 24 hours, Coinbase Pro. Mind you, I discussed that Coinbase Pro is the one that we should be closely tracking. And last 24 hours, there has been net outflow. That's why you see minus 44. And OKX also. Binance, that's a small traders that are coming in. So basically, that was inflow. If I would talk about the net for the top exchanges, then it was a top inflow, right, guys? And this is amazing, guys. 42,000 Bitcoin. Uh, then, of course, 42,000 Bitcoin has been moved out of exchanges in the last 30 days. Nansen data, I haven't looked at it yet, but I will. If you have recommended, I'll soon take a look at it, and I'll definitely share my observations and what I know, my observations, as well as the complete what exactly they are saying. I'll communicate that to our community as well, guys. Okay. All right, guys. All right. Do we have any other questions, or I think we can, guys? Can we get the likes to 10 at least? It's 8 now. Can we get the likes to 10? Come on, guys. All right, then. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay blessed, stay happy, take very good care of yourself, and please share this video with your friends and family, because again, I have told this in the past also. This is actually not mine. I've again, a shout out to Ben Cohen. I follow his channel closely as well. So basically, bull markets will make you rich, but bear markets will change your lives for the good, right? So this is the time, guys, that you should actually be looking to invest slowly, DCing into stuff and all, right? Thank you so much. Stay blessed, stay happy, take very good care of yourself. Bye bye. Good night for now.